Welcome back to another segment of Behind the Scenes of the Waltons. Today I'm talking about episode 8 from season 3, The Spoilers, when a family from New York comes to Waltons Mountain and finds out the city is very different from life in the country. Early in the episode, Olivia and Grandma are leaving Ike's store when they sense smoke. They smell it, they see it, and they think that is coming from the Hanover place. They go there. They find Mrs. Susan Hanover sitting on the front porch, just beside herself because her house is on fire, her stove is on fire. Grandma goes in, finds out it was simply that she hadn't opened the damper. But she is from New York. Turns out that she is the daughter-in-law of Bertram Hanover, who was a beau of Grandma's at one point. She has arrived with her husband and her 2 children from New York. The children are none too happy to be there. Mrs. Hanover asks Olivia about her children. Olivia says she has 7, and Susan says, "How have you kept your figure?" I love this moment when Grandma basically checks out Olivia's figure, and Olivia's sort of, a cute moment between the two. Back at home, Grandma has dug through her various different things and found an old picture of her and Bertram when they were courting, and she shows it to Olivia. Grandpa is a little jealous and makes a few snide remarks about Bertram, but Grandma thinks he was a handsome man. Feeling badly for Susan being so out of her element, Olivia invites her and her family to dinner. During dinner, Alicia chats up John Boy about what he's doing in college, what his plans are. Meanwhile, Charles checks out Erin. A little later, a really sweet scene between Erin and John Boy. She goes to ask John Boy about dating and boys, and what about kissing, and what does she do if Charles wants to kiss her but she doesn't want to kiss him, and John Boy is just a little, thinks it's awkward and asks Erin if Mama has had a conversation with her about kissing, and he does his best, but basically John Boy says, well, as long as it's just kissing, and Erin's like, well, what else is there? I love the innocence of that. I also found it fascinating that Erin went to John Boy rather than going to talk to Mama about it, or even Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen drops by the Hanovers after school because Miss Hunter has said that if Charles would like to, and Alicia potentially would like to attend the school, that they would be most welcome. So Mary Ellen has arrived to relay this message. Then Mrs. Hanover sends her upstairs to find Charles. Instead, she ends up finding Alicia, who is unpacking. She tries to get some information from Mary Ellen about John Boy. Mary Ellen isn't particularly helpful, but she has this beautiful dress that Mary Ellen admires. And she says, oh, this is from Paris, and it would, here, try it on. So Mary Ellen does indeed try it on, and I had not remembered this dress. It's a lovely dress, and clearly it was originally fitted for me, so it fit me very well, and I thought it was very fun getting to wear something so elegant. But then they put my hair up in a turban, which I thought looked kind of stupid on me. I'm not real fond of having my hair up, but it worked in the moment, and Mary Ellen thought she looked very beautiful and sophisticated, and they give her a purse to go with it, and they send her off home. When I get back home, of course, all of the boys make fun of me, and really, it upsets Mary Ellen because she so wants to be more elegant and more sophisticated, and to have the boys continually teasing her and making her feel like she isn't beautiful, it's really tough. I do have a conversation with Mama where I do express my unhappiness and how I am tired of wearing just, junky clothes from cloth from Mike Godsey's store. And Olivia's beginning to sense that the influence of the Hanovers is changing some of the children. And then Erin finds herself uncomfortable because Charles is continuing to push her. And she thinks she likes him, but she's not sure. But she isn't really all that comfortable with the advances that he's making. Alicia comes by to try and find John Boy, and she is very snooty with Olivia, who puts her in her place. She said, you can't treat me, you can't speak to me like that. She wants to see John Boy. She's going to go up to John Boy's room, and Olivia stops her and says, no, wait. And she calls John Boy down. And John Boy and Alicia go out walking instead. At dinner, things escalate. Many of the children are out of sorts. Erin is out of sorts. Mary Ellen is out of sorts. John Boy is out of sorts and just not behaving the way they normally would. And Olivia sees more of the negative influence of the Hanovers on the family, and she is not happy about that. As things progress, Charles makes more advances on Erin, and she does end up, saying no and pushing him away, and he grabs her and ends up getting the sleeve of her dress torn. Meanwhile, John Boy has been arguing with Alicia because she has read some of his writings and feels that although there's potential there, that he needs to be selfish and go to New York, and that he is gifted and that gifted people are privileged and that the rules don't apply to them. But then she also tells him that he needs to make changes to his writing that would be more appealing to the audience. John Boy, feels that no, he's writing what he knows. He's not interested in just writing to a formula because that's what everybody's doing. So they argue as well. So there's a lot of tension in the family. After Olivia talks with Erin, who tells her that, she didn't want to do anything more than kiss Charles once, and Michael basically, she tells her, well, then you don't need to, and you should always say no, and you are perfectly within your rights to do that. Concerned, she does go and talk with John and explain what's going on with the children. John goes and he confronts Mr. Hanover and basically says he needs to pay attention to his children, that his children are out of hand, that they're not really happy, and, what is Ted really doing here? What's his objective? And while he is undecided about his future, his children are suffering. Ted, I think, begins to realize that this was a bit of a whim, it was a dream, it was an idea, but it doesn't really work for the family. In the end, the Hanovers decide to go back to New York, that's really where they belong. And there are some wonderful lessons learned all around, as always, in our episodes. We also had some wonderful guest actors. Barbara Kaysen, who played Susan, Mark Miller played Ted, David Gruner played Charles, and Linda Purl played Alicia. Now, I have known Linda Purl for a long time. I met her on the Waltons, and then she came back and did another episode in season 6, The Heartbreakers, which I will talk about soon. And we were in a musical theater class together. Linda is a beautiful singer, and that was demonstrated a bit in the other episode, The Heartbreakers. And she is actually been touring, doing a lot of concert work, and she is about to head over to the UK for a month. She said she's going to be seeing John Walmsley, and that perhaps they would get together and shoot a little video to share with all of you. So I'm hoping to have that to share with you sometime in the next month or so. That's what I have for you for this segment of Behind the Scenes of the Waltons, about the episode from season 3, The Spoilers. If you're enjoying these, please do hit like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that'll let you know when I post another video. I look forward to seeing you the next time for more Behind the Scenes of the Waltons and more Ask Judy. Thanks for watching.